Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Whitton and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey. Well, hello. Good morning, team. Look, welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats. Monday, we're at it already, which is good to see. A few of the early birds. Courtney in the house. Hey, mate, good to see you. And Kevin, all the way from Florida. Kevin, I hope you're well, mate. Staying out of trouble. Let's hope so. Thanks for joining me this morning, folks. Wealth Coffee Chats, Monday, the 24th of February. My birthday in a couple of days, just so you know, 26th. There you go. If anyone wants to send me a present, just let me know. Coffee will do. Anyway, great to have you here today, folks. Hopefully things are going well for you as we're letting the live stream warm up and a few people jump on. We'll just do the quick hellos and good mornings. Luke's already at it. Hey, Luke. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for jumping on this morning. As always, one of the regulars. But if you are new, maybe you are, and you don't know. That's my name. And now you do. Jason Whitton here with you. Been doing Wealth Coffee Chats for 4 or 5 years now. Started in COVID when we couldn't get out and about, and has continued ever since. Catching up in the mornings and having a quick conversation about what's going on, folks. Each day we try and get together at about 8:10 Queensland time, so wherever you are, you have to work it out and maybe dive into some fear from fact, folks. There's a lot of misinformation, a lot of ignorance and stupidity when it comes to the media and information. Let's face it, the old internet is fantastic for finding things, but sometimes you find things that aren't necessarily true or useful. So that's what we try and do here on our quick touch base in the morning and see what's going on. Morning, Anne-Marie. Great to see you here as well. Welcome along. Thanks for joining. Tim's in the house as well. Yeah, hope you're well, Tim. I've seen a few of your Facebook posts, mate. Hope you're well. Hope all's well with your health and everything. But, mate, thanks for joining us. Good to see you here this morning. Hey, I thought we might talk about a little wealth model, a model of wealth that, myself, Andy, Sam, and the team here at Positive have been using and helping people make a bit of sense of things when it comes to creating wealth over the last 25 years. Most of you guys know that I've been property investing for 25 years, creating property investment strategies for clients, helping them buy and keep. Buy well, don't sell. And if you're going to sell, sell for a good reason. For 25 years across Australia and New Zealand, folks. And along the way, we've learnt one or two things. We've done over 10,000. That's right, over 10,000 property purchases for our clients. 10,000. And we've sat down with thousands and thousands and thousands of clients and asked them, hey, what do you want? What do you want to do? I want to create wealth. I want financial freedom. Well, financial freedom isn't free, by the way, folks, just in case you didn't know. And we've got to do something about it. We've got to have an idea, a strategy, a thing, or whatever. So along the way, paid a bit of attention, and we create the idea, guides, plans, structures to keep us on track. So there you go. Anyway, I thought I'd share a little bit of that with you this morning where it comes to what we call the ultimate wealth model. When we have, that's it, Irene. Love it. Don't sell. You know, at the end of the day, most people I've met, to be honest, I can't think of a person that I've met that has owned a property for 15 years and regrets it. But I've met plenty of people who've owned a property for 5 years and then sold it and regrets it in multiple ways. Regrets buying it in the first place, and then many years later, regrets selling it. Okay. But don't get distracted, Jason. Stay on track with your talk today. All right. The ultimate wealth model. What does it look like? There's 3 parts to us as investors that we need to think about. How are we going to create our wealth? How are we going to create our wealth? What are we going to do? And the things that we're going to invest in. When we're creating this wealth, we need to understand how to protect it. For all of us, you know, there's not only we have these 3 phases of the investors, the acquisition phase, the consolidation phase, and then the lifestyle phase, right? But we want to make sure we protect the wealth that we create. Hey, morning, Chris. Good to see you, mate. And then, you know, how can we accelerate this wealth? How can we make it easier, faster, better? Well, we need to manage what we call the liabilities, folks. These are the liabilities. This is where it's been taken away. This is where you're creating it. This is where you're putting it into the system. This is where you want to protect it as best as possible. And this is where you got to stop other institutions, others want to putting their hand in your damn pocket, taking money for no good friggin' value or return, to be honest. So let's get into it today. What are the 3 assets / places that we can create our wealth, folks? Now, I've bundled these together. Chuck them in the chat if you're up for a little bit of, you know, playing along this morning. The 3 places or spaces or things starts with a P. We all should get that one. We all should get that one. S and I. What are the 3 things that you think I've put in there? Now, these are our versions. You'll get the gist of it at home or listening in, what it looks like. But the first one is property. All right. I'm going to make sure I get the right colors here so we can make it look all ridgy-dids this morning. Property. All right. You create our wealth in property. Oh, Courtney, personal. Well, I would put personal in around the outside, and just let's have a look at that in a minute. Courtney. All right. Hey, Luke. Oh, Sharon's all over it. Sharon. All right. Yep. You're on the S, Courtney. Luke, mate, I'm excited. Hey, it's my birthday on Wednesday night too, Luke. So, you know, we're going to party hard. I'm not much of a partier, but mate, yeah, looking forward to Wednesday night for sure. Yep. There you go. Property. What type of property? Do you have a property portfolio? Folks, every single person, especially in Australia and New Zealand, if you're listening in it from NZ today, then, you know, property is a foundational piece when it comes to the world of wealth in Australia. What types of property? All right. So for most of us sitting here, folks, we should be aiming at between 5 to 7 investment properties. Okay. 5 to 7 investment properties. because that lands us at about $3 to $4 million worth of property exposure, investment property. And we should, folks, we should have our principal place of residence, our PPR. So when we look at our overall property holdings, let's say we've got 5 investment properties, 1 home, we've got quite an awesome amount of wealth created in a property portfolio. That's generally what we see with our team. And if you're a business owner, if anyone's a business owner in the chat today, 100% you should have a commercial property as part of your property holdings. Any business owners in the chat, tell me why you should have a commercial property as part of your property holdings if you're a business owner. Put it in the chat. That's a little secret one. That's not the deep dive today. Why should business owners? Matter of fact, listen up. Come in a bit closer. Everybody should incorporate, which means create a company and learn to create income from that, because everybody can have this little benefit, a little cheeky benefit. Put it in the chat if anyone knows. All right, I'll move on while someone's trying to think about that one. The next one's super, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Why is super so important? Now, super's a little bit of a weird one here, but I call it like there's what we call these 3 swim lanes of wealth, okay? Your property ownership, your property portfolio, your super portfolio, and your investments portfolio, which is everything other than property, all right? Tim's SMSF, super advantages. Absolutely, Tim. Listen, folks, everybody listening in right now on this call today, yes, Tom, you can absolutely get some low doc lending. Some commercial lending, if you're running a business or you've got a company, it's actually damn fine. Fantastic. You're dead right. There's another advantage though, Tom. Boom. Luke. Tax-free sale of business premises. Folks, did you know? Listen, not only does your home carry no capital gains tax when you sell it, your place of residence, but if you run a business and you qualify, there's certain things. You've got to be in business for 15 years, use the asset for 7.5, and you've got to be over the age of 55, and there's a few other bits. Listen, folks, you can have another property capital gains tax-free in your portfolio. What, Jason? Nobody told me this. There you go. Good on you, Luke, which I love. So these are the things. A lot of people complain about what's going on. Stop frigging complaining. Start learning about the rules, because the rules are created by rich people. And if you're going to sit here and go, oh, those rich bastards, it's not going to fucking help you. Learn what they're doing and then go do it. Anyway, off on a bit of a tangent, Jason. All right, so super. Why is this fantastic? You can have 1.9 million, and it's about to go to 2 million, folks, in your super at the age of 60 and beyond. There's a few rules around this. And again, this is not financial advice. This is education. So, don't go and take this as financial advice without checking in with the right people. The right people is important. 1.9 million, folks, tax-free, income tax-free. Come on now. Stop complaining about it not going your way. There's plenty of things going to go your way. You just got to use the bloody things. Anyway, I don't know, a bit ranty today, aren't I? Anyway, get on with it. It's good. Alison, good morning. Great to see you, Alison. How are you, buddy? Yeah. Anyway, I better get on with this because we won't even get all the way through. Right. Super. Fantastic. And investments. What other investments can we have, folks? What other investments? What are the kind of broad things that we can have in other investments? All right. Well, it's the share market. It's stocks for sure. These days, there's a lot of crypto investing going on. So crypto, let's call, I would call wholesale investing. So you can invest in other people's businesses and do credit. Yep, exactly. Courtney, shares, joint ventures. We do joint ventures like development joint ventures. This is where you get, a whole lot of things, right? So in my world, it'd be something like this, 50 to 60% of your wealth is created through your property portfolio. You've got a 20 to 30% is created through the super, and then 10 to 20% is created through a really good share portfolio. Now, investments, later on, we can show you how to restructure this. This is a really awesome thing. Restructure this and get your investments into places and spaces where they can be tax-free in the future. But we'll talk about that at another time. All right, so let's crack on with the rest of it. Now, listen, folks, you do all this awesome stuff, right? You got $5 or $6 million worth of property. You've got $2 million worth of super. You get a couple of $1 million worth of investments, shares and stocks and other things going on. That's a fantastic achievement. Now, and whoever's listening in, that's going to take you a really concentrated. It's going to take you 15 to 20 years, just chipping away at it. For some of you, you might be able to speed it up because you've got more resources. But listen, don't kid yourself. Anyone out there telling you can get rich quick is full of shit, completely and absolutely full of it. Now, you might be at the right place at the right time. You might take an action and it works for you. Fantastic. The problem is for most of us, when we get rich faster than earning it in, a little bit more of a structured way, we tend to not have the skills, emotional, mental skills to keep the damn money. But anyway, that's another story. 15 to 20 years, can you speed it up? Absolutely you can. You want to speed it up? We've been helping people speed it up about 25%, do it in 10 to 15 rather than 15 to 20, right? But, you want to do it in 3 years unless you've got a few $1 million in cash, and some people do. I've helped a couple of investors who've sold their businesses with some significant capital gains tax-free and then redeploy their capital in a significant way. And you can do that over a 3 to 5 year period. But you've got to have a base of wealth. Anyway, how do we protect it? Folks, put that one in the chat for me. How do you protect your wealth? How do you protect your wealth? Well, it's pretty important to get this dialed, because you can create this wealth, but if it all goes to shit, then you got to really understand what you're doing. Insurance. All right, wrong color. Put it in the chat if you think you know what it is. Insurances. Now, this stuff's boring and whatever, but it's so damn important, folks. Especially, here's the thing. If you are an individual, if you are single, you don't have a partner and or children or others that would be left behind if something happened to you, either you couldn't work or you passed away or something like that. If something happened to you and there's others that have got to deal with that, okay, financially, emotionally, mentally, you've got to get insurance. If you're single, then maybe who gives a shit? Maybe who gives a shit, right? Like, whatever, you're not here anymore, just who cares? But anyway, I'm off tangent again. Too much coffee. All right, insurances, get them. Life insurance, income protection insurances, debt insurances, all sorts of insurances. Now, don't go to, the bloke at AMP and get jammed with the wrong thing. Make sure you see the right people, okay? Now, these ones are pretty important. This is what's called a power of attorney, a POA. Team, you've got to make sure, and as we get a bit older, this becomes way more relevant, especially if you've got parents and stuff like that. Powers of attorney, enduring power of attorney, medical power of attorney. This is where your financial planners will come in. A good one, the right financial planner and the right accountant will get all this stuff done. Probably you need your lawyer involved in it as well, okay? Powers of attorney. I'll do a deep dive on this at another time. And estate planning. Now, a lot of people don't know what this is, right? So did you know that your super, there's some interesting things like, if you pass away and you want to leave your super to an individual, then if it's left straight to a person or if it's nominated in a different way, which is, let's say, to, someone who's not your direct marriage, there could be tax payable if you don't do it properly. So the super goes through the estate. There's no tax payable. So there's certain things that you gotta really do. All right. Now I'll knock these ones over quickly, but I want to. I might come back around and do a little bit more deep dive on this later in the week. But liabilities, folks, you've got this. You've got some great stuff. You're protecting yourself. Now, the thing that will bring you undone is not watching your liabilities. Okay, not watching liabilities. What's the number one liability we cannot avoid? Well, we can minimize. We can be smart, all right, about it, all right? Taxes. We all end up with a business partner who've got their hand out, who never do any of the fucking work and just take. Pricks. But you know what? I think there's a few ways to navigate that well if you know what you're doing, all right? And we end up paying these muppets who are bloody couldn't run the country or run a state. Poor old Victoria, fucking struggling. Muppet politicians. Anyway, there you go. All right, so you can manage your own taxes, all right? Don't pay more tax than you should. Pay exactly what you should legally, all right? And not a cent more, okay? That's the rules. All right, tax. Your expenses, all right? You need to manage your expenses, right? This is the thing. Here's the other side of this coin, though. You can't save yourself wealthy, okay? You can't I make 120 grand a year. I'll live on red beans and rice. That does help in the beginning, get you going, but it doesn't help forever. And listen, folks, you've got to have a bit of fun along the way. You can't be waiting forever for a payday, all right? Maybe the first 3 to 5 years, you've got to sort of hunker down and get things going, but manage your expenses. Manage your expenses. The idea is this, especially when you're starting out. I need a budget. Oh, fuck the budgets. Budgets are hard work. Here's the drill. You take 30% of what you earn, which includes 10% or 12% of your super. So you got 20% after that. And you invest it first, and then you live off what's left over, right? It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to do. But when you do that, you'll see that you're living beyond your means if you want to look after your future self. Anyway, there you go. And last but not least, you got to manage your debts. Okay. Now, debt can be good. It can be bad, but it is a liability that you got to manage, and you got to make sure you do it well. Now, there's a couple of bits that sort of surround this whole thing, which is structures, how you own things. Now, Courtney said this before. You can own in your personal name. You can own in a company. You can own in a trust. Okay. Now, a super fund is just a special trust, just so you're all aware. Yeah, that's just a special trust. Now, that's really important how you own. Okay. And the other side of this, I've written all over it, but the other part is I can teach people, I can teach you every single piece of this puzzle. All of this stuff I've been doing on YouTube for 20 years. Just give it away. Why isn't everyone just taking it and turned into multi-millionaires? Well, at the end of the day, it's about the money story that they have. They don't believe it. They don't believe in themselves. They don't understand what to do. But really, at the end of the day, folks, the structures and the money story that surround this, really important for you to make it all work. Anyway, there you go. Hey there, Stephen. Morning, Stephen. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining. That's it, folks. I'm around a bit late today. Usually we finish about 8:30, but thanks for joining me on Wealth Coffee Chats. Hopefully that was reasonably useful when it comes to creating some, you're dead right, Stephen. They don't stay the course. They underestimate the power of the compounding time frame, and they think it's going to happen a little bit quicker. But thanks for joining us, folks. Awesome to have you here. Join us tomorrow for Wealth Coffee Chats. We do it every day, 8:10. You guys know the drill. It'll be there tomorrow. Anyway, that's it, folks. I'm done and dusted. Take care. See you tomorrow. Remember, a couple of sayings around here. This thing's a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time to create wealth. And I'm just a big fan of buy things well and don't bloody sell. All right, folks. Good to see you. Take care. Bye for now. Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.